Alright, so I've been doing quite a few things today. It's Tuesday, I just taking it kind of easy, but I'm still gonna work. I'm still gonna make some money. I got to. Just kind of deciding what I was gonna do. I was gonna extend it a couple more days, or just go back to Fort Pierce, and then I could do like Palm Beach and different stuff. Kind of switch up the area. Miami's fine, but I'm going to Fort Lauderdale tonight. I just feel like I like the people up there. It's nice. I think I'm just gonna work up there tonight, try a little something different. I had headaches yesterday. It was definitely a lot of headaches. But it happens. But I show it because I'm not like, oh look, I'm gonna cancel. This is crazy, this and that. No, I just kind of show it because so people can see like how hard sometimes like you may think, oh well, it shouldn't be that hard for them to get to me. How hard it can actually be sometimes. And when you're dealing with airports, when you're dealing with ports, you got to realize there's certain pickup zones for Uber, Lyft. They're kind of strict on it. Sometimes they're not, but we have to be careful sometimes. Fort Lauderdale, from what I had heard, is pretty strict. I know they give out tickets, they tow cars, they do all kinds of stuff. Some places are more relaxed, but you got to realize like, just because you can stand over there and cars are driving by doesn't mean we can actually stop and pick you up. So you have to be mindful of that. Like Uber doesn't even always give you the exact spot. In certain events, sometimes they're kind of picky about where you can pick up to. And a lot of it has to do with the cab companies. They made it hard on Uber because it's really the only way they can get back at them and do whatever to try to get them to, not be able to make it hard on them so that they can't operate there, so it's easier for the cab companies. That's why they're suing them. That's why all that stuff. I'm not going to get into all that. It is what it is, but that's what you guys have to understand. So I'm going to go to Love Car Wash. I've already washed the car, but I'm going to go to Love Car Wash. I pay for the monthly subscription, so I can wash it 10 times in a day if I want to. I'm just going to go because I need to get a good vacuum out, and I don't feel like paying for the vacuum. So that's why I'm going to do it also. Then these people don't want to let me in when it's like, look, I can't do anything, and then these people don't want to let me in. And that's how people down in South Florida are. Very impatient. So what am I going to do? I'm going to push my way in there. Because it's like, look, man, I can only do so much. People down here are just me type thing. Like, I don't understand it. Like, be nice to people, help people out. Everybody's all worried about themselves. I mean, there's some things you kind of got to worry about yourself to understand that, but it's like, dang, help somebody out, man. But whatever. So I'm going to go get the car washed, and then I'm going to go drive around Fort Lauderdale. Might snag some rides to the airport, might not. I don't know if I would want to deal with the airport today. It is a good bonus sometimes, but after yesterday, sometimes like I need a break from certain things just because of the headaches. And I honestly just like doing those little short rides with all the tourists out there at it's not like a whole lot of money, but I could do a whole bunch of those rides and meet a whole lot of nice people from all over the place. I kind of like that sometimes. I really do. I like to meet a bunch of people from a bunch of different places. So let me get this car washed so we can deal with this traffic. It's like 13 miles and it's going to take me like 30 minutes. So it's fun, but let me go do this. So get out, make sure it's clean. Alright, so wash the car. I'm over here, Love Car Wash. Got a membership there because I had one in Jacksonville. It's right by my house. Then I got one at Waters. Then I got one over there at the gas station. I did it earlier. It works pretty good, but I'm going to I needed to vacuum it out pretty good. And I was going to come over and work, and it's about to rain, and whatever, it doesn't matter. It's like I pay a monthly membership, got to use it as much as possible. So I'm out here working. I like Fort Lauderdale. It's a better area. I don't know. The people are nice. So I'm going to go work the touristy little area. See if I can't make some money. I mean, I got it on. See what happens. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. I like Fort Lauderdale. I seem to always make good money. I got a Premier ride not too long after I left getting my car clean. And then I could drive around with the Uber sign on and not worry about getting a ticket from Sunny Isles. But hopefully I should make some money. I always tend to do pretty good this area. That's why I'm working it tonight. Because I ended up here yesterday from a couple times from the airport. So I ended up staying over here. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna come back one more night and do it. Since it's like a Tuesday, it's probably slow, but you probably got a lot of tourists coming in, so it should be kind of busy. Last night got a little cold. Hopefully it's not as cold tonight, but there's still like a lot of people out too. So then I can at least go to the gym also. The gym's pretty close by, and then try to make some money. Should do pretty good because there's less competition in Fort Lauderdale. There's a lot of business, but less competition. Miami, you got a lot of business, but you got a lot of competition, especially when you're doing Premier and stuff, because you got a lot of Uber Black drivers. I mean, you got tons of Black Suburbans. Around here, you don't. You do out there on Ocean Drive, but you don't quite have as much. So I think with Premier, I make more over here with Premiers because I have less of that Black competition. And in Miami, I think phasing it out. So they're kind of giving more rides to Black drivers or making people, or I don't know, because I already got a thing, because I'm registered for Miami and I already got a thing saying that I should switch because Premier's going away, which I already know that, Uber. You don't have to remind me. And I want to switch anyways, but let me pick up this guy. I'm getting a little too close. So, do you prefer quiet preferred or do you prefer to talk? Because, you know, when you do a Premier comfort stuff, they have the option quiet preferred or happy to chat. But what do you prefer? Because, you know, sometimes a lot of people don't realize, they don't know what we went through with the last ride or rides or whatever. So sometimes that quiet preferred, it's kind of like a blessing, because it's kind of like, good, I need some time to kind of regroup. But then sometimes quiet preferred is almost like boring, especially if it's a long trip, or it can make things just feel awkward in a sense or whatever. Sometimes chatting, talking, get to know the people, and increases your chances of a tip, but also it makes the ride go by, especially on a longer ride, especially if it's a good conversation, especially if you get to meet nice people. But really, what do you guys prefer? Do you prefer quiet preferred, or do you like to talk? Because sometimes both of them are good. But I do like to talk, but sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, it's nice not to have to talk. Got a comfort ride. Boom. It's not gonna get all the way over, literally. So now I made it all the way over. I hate when Uber does that, man. It's really like when you're especially down south. Jacksonville's not quite as bad. It can be sometimes, but down here, especially now the snowbirds are here, it's craziness. Look at that place. It's like a hotel or something. I don't know what. Yeah, it's a bar, restaurant, hotel. I don't know. Some beautiful houses back here too, but it's just like, you know, it's frustrating. Especially, that's the biggest problem with the match, is that it takes so long that you pass where it is, and then to get back, it's crazy. Like, if it just gave you the ride, there wouldn't be no issue, and you would turn, you know, because you can kind of see where you're at. And sometimes I've had to not take the ride because I'm like, I can't get to them, or it's too much trouble to get to them, you know. Sometimes it's not really, it's such a hassle to turn around, it's not even funny. And it really is. It can be. But at least I was able to get over. People were nice, and I got over, and I'm going to pick them up. See where I take them off to. So far, I'd be like $20. I'm doing pretty good. I'll do these little dinner trips all night because you get little tips, less miles, meet a bunch of nice people. Good. So again, I want to show you guys. See how it shows them blue? That's where I usually try to go to them. But like yesterday with the lady with the airport, it's hard in the airport because there's designated zones. And Fort Lauderdale's got like 3 different zones, and they might not have them always open. Then they have separate spots for cabs. But usually I go to where that blue person is. I go where that person is. I don't necessarily go to the pin because the pin's not always accurate. But airports and stuff, it's pretty accurate. But people get confused. It's just some airports, you've got to really be careful because they will do it. They're more, I think, also though, trying to catch people that are doing off-app rides that don't have proper permits, that don't have, you know, that are doing illegal gypsy cab rides, basically is what they call it. But because, you know, they really want their slice of the pie. When you're doing that higher tier, the reason why the rides cost more is because there's a lot more cost that goes into it. Because it costs money to give you a ride. That's why cabs are expensive. It costs money to have permits to pick up at an airport, to pick up at cruise lines, to even drop off at certain resorts. They have different things also. That's just how it is. Everybody wants their slice of the pie, pretty much. They want to tax you so they can make every dollar they can make when they ain't really doing nothing but housing the people. But what can I say? Let me pick these people. So there were some nice people, older gentleman. He thought he put in the wrong address, but he actually put in the right address. So I dropped them off. He was talking about black service, black cars, because he usually orders black. He's like, I didn't order a black car, did you? I said, no, I was doing Comfort. I do Comfort, XL, Premier. So, and he was like, oh, he's like, I was wondering why. He's like, because sometimes we order at DC and all that, but they were a little confused. I'm like, no, you didn't order a black car service. So now I'm trying to get out of this. This is like a nice little area. This is where I had picked up that couple, not from that exact place, but it's right over here, the resort. I picked up the same couple like twice. This is that same little area. So I've gotten pretty good with Fort Lauderdale. I'm kind of used to this little area because I've been driving it so much. But it's so much, I'll be honest with you, it's just so much easier than Miami. Miami's just crazy traffic. It's just honking, a lot of foot traffic. Like you go to Brickell, it's just traffic. Like I thought about going down there again and filming, but I feel like everybody else is doing content down there. I'm not in Miami to film the content. I'm in Miami just because I always get dragged down there to work, because there's a higher clientele for Premiere and stuff, and that's why. And it's a bigger city, so there's more stuff, but there's so much more competition. It's just harder. And then also because of the Airbnb I got, it's literally like right there in Hallandale Beach. So I mean, I might as well work Miami or work Fort Lauderdale. Well, I can, because I'm gonna be going back up to Fort Pierce here in about a couple days, and then I will be once I do that, I'm gonna take a left here. Once I do that, I will be working like Palm Beach and Boca, but I'll still be down here because I'm still gonna get pulled down here. I know it. I mean, I already know, but it's fine. But I'll have like a 2-hour drive. Like right now, I literally probably 30 minutes. Traffic's not that bad, so my drive to get to where I gotta go is not that far. So it makes a huge difference, because it's more, I can work. So it makes a huge difference. So now I'm gonna go back out towards the beaches. I'm right here at A1A. That's that Pier 66 where I took those people the other night. That was a little back neighborhood right there. So we've got this whole little area right here. So we'll see what other ride I get. Try to make some money. I got Comfort on. Luckily I had it on. I forgot I even had it on. I must have had it on because last night those last like 3 rides I did were Comfort. One of them was XL, and the other ones were Comfort. See, got an XL ride. Boom. Now I got to turn around. I'm gonna go right here. It's easier to turn around right here. This stupid light right here, I'm over there, it won't turn, so I pull out right, do a U-turn, then it turns. And I sat there for like a minute or two, and I'm like, this light's never gonna change, because as soon as I pulled in there, it changed. And it has no sensor. I don't know what it's crazy though. I do all that for nothing. Frustrating sometimes, because I'm like, I'm just sitting there for no reason. There's no traffic. It just makes no sense sometimes. So some lights that don't have the sensor are a pain. So I'm getting super busy. I got another XL ride. It's only like $5, but I got as soon as before I could even get him, he got out of the car. It was like bing. And so I'm actually being pretty busy. I mean, they're not long rides, but I mean, back to back to back. I'm gonna have to stop after this one and make sure like everything's kind of good, because when you start doing a lot of those rides, like stuff comes off their shoes, whatever. Just gotta kind of tidy stuff up. Gotta be, pay attention. Keep it tidy. When you got all the people coming in and out, it gets dirty real fast. And it's not even really dirty. It's just, little things, whatever. And I just want to make it look like, they didn't have 50 people get in before them, I mean, how would you feel getting in a car and it looks kind of rustled up because there's a bunch of people in and out? So you got to be mindful of that. That's why I have that handheld back, so I can stop and do it. So, but I don't like to do it during the ride, because then they'll be like, what are you doing? Stuff like that. So I've done 4 trips, made $34, plus got $5 cash. But, like the other day I did 4 trips and made $100. That's doing like airport back to back to back to back. That's about what you're going to get, but still 4 trips, $34. I mean, that's Comfort XL. I haven't done any Premier rides. Actually, no, I take that back. I did do a premiere ride. Yeah, I did do a premiere ride. I did a, why does it want to do weekly summary? I did one premiere ride, I did 2 XL rides, and I did a comfort. But look, I drove 0.7 miles, 0.64 miles, 4 miles, and 3 miles. So that's what? That's 4, 7, 8 miles, and I made $34 compared to I would have made 100, maybe drove say 60 miles or more than that, maybe depends on how far I was driving from the airport. But maybe I could have done 2 trips from the airport, drove 60 miles, maybe made $100, or could have drove 4 trips like I did from the airport yesterday, make like $100, and then I would have drove like 30 or 40 miles, but airport was busy. So it always depends. But I'm telling you, man, sometimes these higher tiers and comfort, like I know a lot of people were like, hey, don't knock comfort, and I wasn't really knocking comfort, because comfort definitely can pay, but comfort will take advantage of you sometimes. But so will XL, because I've had it try to give me XL rides so far, like a long trip XL for like $1 a mile, and I'm like, that's crazy. Why am I gonna do that? So you got to watch out these other tiers too. They do that. Now Premier, I didn't really had that issue. Now it didn't quite pay me as much when I was going on a longer trip, but it still paid good enough to where that longer trip was worth it. So I couldn't really say anything about that, but that's what you got to pay attention to. Those when comfort, you got to be careful. And XL, they try to sneak it in there too, but comfort, you really ain't gonna mind have that. All right, so I worked over here. I was doing some rides, so I'm checking Lyft. Lyft's got a few scheduled rides for Black. They're actually paying pretty good, but they don't do Lyft Black really much over here. So I'm gonna head back towards Miami and just do that area. I like doing this area, but I'm just gonna do that area. I don't know. Always, there's a lot of traffic right here. Meet a lot of nice people over here in Fort Lauderdale, but I want to try to do some more Premier and Black. I got a couple Premier, but I get a lot more XL. I get a lot more comfort on this side, so I'm gonna head down to Miami. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna get any airport ride. Actually, I take that back. I've gotten airport rides late at night because they do fly out pretty late, but I'm not too worried about the airport. I don't know if I really care to work to airport, so I'm gonna head to because I did a few of these right here off Las Olas. I did like 3 rides. I stopped, got some gas, and I'm gonna head back down towards Miami, because I was looking at scheduled rides. I don't see a whole lot of scheduled rides here, but they have Black scheduled rides like 2 miles for $16. So I'm like, man, if I go down there and do some Lyft Black rides, and then do some Premier rides, try to make some money. Like, I don't really like Miami too much. I don't know, just because of the traffic, but I have a feeling I'll be up here later in the week, because when I start working West Palm and stuff, I always get pulled down to Fort Lauderdale. So might as well work Miami while I'm close to Miami. And it's Tuesday night. I think Miami's always kind of busy. I almost really don't even feel like doing hardly anything. I feel like working a little bit and keep going, but I don't know. So I'm gonna go down there to Miami, see if I can't snag some good Premier rides or something. Try to make $100 and then stop for the night, cause I really get worn out with working sometimes. Cause it's like, I don't know if it seems like, I know drivers be like, I work this and I'm not. It's not trying to compete with nobody, but that's why I do show a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, because a lot of people don't realize how much other stuff I got to do. And it goes into all this stuff, and it's kind of tiring sometimes. I wish I could take a day off. Like, a lot of you guys probably watch this. You guys probably get a day off or 2 days off a week. Like, you don't mind, like, you work another job or whatever, so you don't mind doing it. I don't really kind of have that luxury. I mean, I'm not saying I couldn't. I just feel like I can't. I feel like I can't. And I feel like I gotta work. And then, if I take off, I ain't got nothing to do anyways. Like, that one girl asked for my number. That was nice. She never texted me, so I don't know if she may change her mind or busy or I don't know, it don't matter. But like I was telling her, I was like, if I took a day off, what am I gonna do? I got nothing to do anyway, so I might as well just work. So did a little bit of Fort Lauderdale right there by Las Olas. But they were all like short rides, made some money. Not bad, nice people. But it's not like quite crazy busy. I mean, it was kind of a little bit, but I really want to do a few good rides and just be done, because I got some stuff I really got to figure out or like get set up that I've been saying I got to do, and I just haven't done them, because I either got to edit a video or I'm tired when I come back. Like I still got laundry I got to do. Like it's just a million things. Like I was waiting to do laundry till I got back so I could just save a couple hours. And I can't even do it right now because the thing will be closed, so that's kind of out the question. Or maybe I could find one that's 24 hours and just do it in the middle of the night or something. I don't know. It's always trying to get everything figured out, but you know, whatever. So I'm gonna drive down there, see if I can't do some stuff, because I really need to make like $100. I really need to make more than that, to be honest with you, but I'm just tired, and I don't know, sometimes Tuesdays are good, sometimes they suck. Like Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays sometimes are great, sometimes they suck. It's like hit or miss. It's kind of random. And then down here it's a little different. It's season, so maybe they're busier. I don't know. Like Monday was good. I mean, Mondays are always good. But Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays are just such hit or miss. I need to turn it on now just to see if I catch anything. So I try to leave Fort Lauderdale, head back towards Miami, and I get a business premiere ride. It's like $8.99, so take him to it's over here by the airport. It's one of the hotels, Dania Beach. So I'll take him to wherever, and then see what goes after that. I mean, if I keep getting some premiere rides in this little area, Dania Beach, I might just stay on this little side or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just need to make like a certain amount of money so I can just stop, go home, just relax and set some stuff up, get some stuff done or in the works, because I'm falling behind on some. Not really falling behind, but there's some things I really need to do that I just sometimes forget about a lot of stuff. I really do. I do stuff, I handle stuff pretty good, but I forget about a lot of stuff. So much stuff I got to. I'm trying to do too much sometimes, but I've managed it pretty well. I'll be honest with you. I kind of got to where I'm doing too much in a sense, but I've actually managed it pretty well. And for a while, it was getting to me. I ain't gonna lie. For a while, I was like, this is too much. It was letting it get to me. I was getting aggravated. Now I've actually done pretty good with time management. I just still forget stuff, but I've gotten better with it. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Most people would quit by now. Like, most people would quit. They'd be like, this is not working. This ain't doing. I already know it's going to take time. I don't care. I'm invested in it. I'm going to do it one way or the other. I ain't going to stop. Ain't nothing going to stop me. I'm going to do this. And I ain't doing it for nobody else. I'm doing it for me. I want to do this. I'm going to do it. And I ain't going to stop until I do it. Point blank, period. I'm going to let nothing stop me. Run into issues or this or that. I don't care. I'm just going to do it, man. So, it's funny, though, when you hear out. It's funny how a lot more people are starting to watch this stuff and pay attention. Which is good, though. But a lot of times I think I'd say too much stuff. But, like with that girl, put her number on it. The reason I put that in the content, because she asked for my number. Well, I was hoping she would see it and call me. Maybe she lost a card. Maybe she was like, oh, I don't know. I played, but whatever. It is what it is. Maybe she changed her mind. I don't know. Maybe something else happened. You never know what people got going on. But I did it for that. But sometimes I think I just kind of put too much stuff out there. But at the same time, just goes to show I don't really care. I just do it, man. I just do it. I don't really care. I'm trying to get Yeah, this is Dania Beach. It's like Sterling Road and some other stuff, but it's over here by the airport. This is actually where I was staying at Motel 6. And have no Wi-Fi. I mean, it was a nice spot. It was cold. It was cheap, man. That's why I was so mad. I was like, dude, it's like $360. I think it was like $365 for what was it for a week? So $365 for a week compared to $480, and then $480. I mean, that's $120 difference. It's a lot of money. So I dropped him off the La Meridian. So it was $8.99, but he was at the AC Hotel Meridian. So there was like his assistant got it mixed up or whatever. But he was telling me, he's like, man, these hotels down there are crazy. Like they're super expensive and they're not any good, or they're cheap and great. He's like, but they're just so you never know. He's like, I had a Marriott or one of the chains on the beach for like $600. He's like, and the room was horrible. And this place right here is like a huge resort. I've actually been down here a couple times when I was working Palm Beach and stuff, Boca. I got pulled down here and picked up some people and took them to one of the games and stuff. So it's weird how I started to get all these little areas and I'm not used to them. But then when I start working them now, I'm like, oh, I remember this place. I remember this place. It's definitely different. This Dania Beach too. But it's like a different part of Dania Beach. It's like right here by the airport. But I'm starting to get used to all these areas. Dania Beach isn't bad, but I know because I stayed at that hotel, Motel 6 right there off Dania Beach, right next to the casino, and it was pretty bad. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Motel 6, my expectations aren't that high. I understand it, but you don't even have Wi-Fi. You were cheap. I was great. I was willing to deal with it, but no Wi-Fi. I was like, dang. So I went to In-Town Suites. In-Town Suites was great. It was actually really nice, but it was kind of more inland, which it was still a little bit more. I did see another one said extended stay. I don't know what company that is. I might have to look into it. Because I might even have to stay at Motel 6 at some point. I don't really know. It's more going on price. As long as you got Wi-Fi, I'm good because I got to be able to upload episodes. Airbnb I like, but it's not always going to be that cheap. And then not every Airbnb is always as good as they say, but I mean, the ones I've stayed at are great. But I've talked to a lot of these tourists that have Airbnbs, and they'll tell you too, like, Airbnb can be hit or miss, but motels can be too. So that's going to be part of this whole trip, is like experiencing the hotel, the travel life, but on the road, to where that's one reason why I gotta kind of always gotta be working in a sense, because it's like I really gotta be able to if I gotta switch hotels, I gotta be able to afford it, and then wait for my money to come back. I've gotta be able to afford it. I mean, that kind of hits you pretty hard, and it's not good. I can't just go stay in a room for a night, like, oh, I'll just go stay there for a night until this other one, whatever, right? No, I can't do that, because that's gonna cost me too much money. So now it's got me head to the waiting lot. Look, I'm not trying to go to the waiting lot. And that's why it's hard to catch rides like this close, because it snags you in the queue and you don't even want to be in the queue. Like, you got to be farther away to grab rides that are close to the airport. Like, you got all these hotels, like you got the Comfort Inn, got all these hotels right next to the airport, but you can't really grab those hotels because you're in the queue. When you get certain hotels, you get too close, you're in the queue, so you can't grab those rides because you're thrown in the queue automatically. Honestly, with the queue, you should be able to opt in the queue. You should be able to drive around like, you know what, I want to be in the queue, I want to get a ride from the airport. Or you should be like, you know what, I don't want to be in the queue, blah, blah, blah. It should let you do that, but it automatically, it's geo-fence location, automatically opts you into it. So I literally got to go offline and try to go back online. Yes, this demand is high right now. Go back on. I don't want to be in the queue. That's why I'm offline. And then it throws me still back in the queue. I literally don't want to be in the queue. And it's trying to tell me demand's high for the airport. I don't care. I'm not going to that waiting lot. I ain't sitting in the waiting lot. I don't care. I really don't. It's a waste of my time. I ain't got no So, I don't know. YouTube's talking about get started on making your membership special. All I did with my memberships, they were $2.99. I don't even think it lets me change the price. I'm going to do like $1.99. Get to watch the episodes a couple days earlier. And sometimes I put these episodes, I want to almost put them on there like then or something, but I can't because it's not fair to the people that would become a member. So I just schedule everything out, just leave it like that. I might make a YouTube short. I put that out there, but I mean, I could make member-only YouTube shorts or content, but I ain't gonna do it. I'm just gonna put it out early. If you want to watch it, you can pay for it. It helps. I appreciate it, but I don't know. I'm just more trying to show everybody everything. I just want people to watch, and that's it. I just appreciate everybody that does watch. Watch me go through all this hassle, these headaches, all that stuff. You can watch all of it. So I do want to thank all the people that do watch. Just watch all my stuff on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, because I do appreciate it. I don't care if you're sitting at work, you're bored, if you're at home and you're bored. I don't care if you're drunk, whatever. I don't care what you're doing. I appreciate it. If you're bored and you're watching it, if it just gets you by when you're bored, I'm happy with that. I don't care. But I know people are watching it. I kind of can tell. It's not nothing crazy. I'm not saying, I'm just glad people are paying attention to it. I'm just glad people are watching it. I just hope all this hassle, all these struggles, all this stuff I got to go through, I just hope it gets you by when you're bored to death. That's fine with me. Honestly, that's fine with me. I don't need to be no primetime special. I'm just trying to give you a little reality dose of how it is to do Uber as I travel the country. And hopefully here pretty soon once I get done with this court, and which I'm going to film that. But once I get done with this court, I take my family on the cruise. I'm not going with it, but when I take them to the cruise, which we got to figure out how I'm able to get back to pick them up because they might give me a hassle. But get them, pick them up from the cruise and stuff, and then I'll hopefully everything will be situated so I can head to Georgia. Which I think it's going to be good. I'm leaving a little later because at least I'll still be in the southern states for the most of the cold, so I really won't have to deal with the snow. Because based on my insurance, it's going to decide on how fast I can move, which is fine. I don't really care. I mean, I'm in no rush. I got nothing to do, nowhere to be except for driving around and go to the next state, next city, and show you what it's like. It could take 3 years. Don't bother me. I mean, I really don't have nothing to do except for by the 3-year mark, I'm probably going to have to buy another car by that point. But I should be making money doing the private rides and stuff to buy another car by then. And then I'm going to do Premier. Because see, the thing I want to explain is what I'm trying to show are literally the stepping stones. Like I showed you guys deliveries. If you go way back and watch them, I did Uber for long. Showed you all the tricks, broke down all of Uber from my point of view. And then I did went back to doing deliveries again when my car broke. Then I bought this car. And I'm doing Premier, showing you what Premier's like down south, showing you what XL's like, right? Comfort, all that, right? Then I'm gonna do Uber Black. Now I'm gonna do that for a while. Once I make enough and I get far to finish this trip, I'm gonna sell this car and I'm gonna buy a Suburban, and I'm gonna do Black SUV and Premier SUV. So I'm gonna show you all different types of Uber, and then I'm gonna show you the private rides. And the private rides, depending on the people, I might be able to show you the rides themselves and let you see what private rides are like. Because I know a lot of people like to see the Uber rides, but I'm gonna show you what the private rides are like. With nice people I know. The good thing about most private rides is you're going to know the people, so it's a lot easier. It's less stressful. I mean, you kind of have a rapport. It's almost like a friendship in a way, but it depends on how long you've been doing them, how long you've been driving them and stuff, or how often you drive them. I mean, even then, I've had, I know people that got. I've had people tell me like, what's his name? Dude that I know from Palm Beach was like, he's known a lot of people for a while, so you kind of got to build a relationship. I mean, why wouldn't you? You obviously drive them a lot, so you're going to get to know them. So, I mean, I've had people that I've picked up multiple times, and when you pick them up multiple times, once they realize it's you, and after like the third or fourth time, you kind of build a rapport with those people, and you kind of know each other, and you know what to expect, and kind of talk about, and it's like you kind of, it's like when I used to have regulars at the restaurant. You knew those people when they came in. You knew what they wanted to drink. You knew what they wanted to eat, at least most of them, or what they liked, what they might want. And you knew what specials they might like and all that stuff. You knew you'd get a good tip. They knew if you're busy. They knew if you were having a bad night. They just knew all that stuff, and it was just easier on everybody. It's easier when you have private clients because you have a regulars, because everybody knows what to expect from everybody, and you get to know it's just easier. But I'll show you eventually once I get some regulars or get some private clients, drive them a few times, and then some people don't want to do it. That's fine. I'm so used to doing this. I mean, my nose is so stopped up. I gotta like blow my nose, but it's like that. It's like I can't breathe sometimes. I don't know if it's the air or what it is, but it's like it gets stocked up sometimes, and I blow it and it still does it. But doing private rides, man, it's where the money's at. That's why I want to show it. But we'll see what happens. Let's see if I get another ride. I'm over here. So I made $43 so far. I did 4 trips, I think. I did like 4 trips. I did 5 trips. Now I did them Las Olas. I did like Premier, did a couple XL, but they're all like short trips. Dinner's kind of ending, so I think, and it's windy, so it's cold. Then on the way back, I got snagged with a business Premier. All he was doing was literally a mile. He was switching hotels. He's at the wrong hotel. Then coming back here, didn't get nothing. I'm not far from Dania Beach, but didn't get nothing. But it is cold. Like I got a car and gas station. I'm dressed nice. Got dressed, because I want to dress up. A lot of times doing a higher tier, I figure got a nice car, got dressed good, look professional. But sometimes I really wonder, do people really care if you're dressed nice? Like, obviously I'm not going to go in a tank top, obviously, especially now it's cold. But I mean, people thought that before. You driving around doing, no, I'm not. But I don't think people really care what you're wearing as long as you're not wearing a tank top. And that was more so, you just don't want to, you want to look somewhat decent. But do people really care as long as the car is clean, as long as you get them there safely? Like, do they really care? I'm really curious, but I'm going to throw my hoodie on with some jeans, some shoes, because it's cold. I want to go out, drive around. I mean, I thought about saying, you know what, I'll just take a break, blah, 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 but what am I going to do? Nothing. I got nothing to do. So I'm going to go drive around and try to make some money until I get tired, or I make a decent amount of money and then come back, and then go to sleep. Then I'll be tired. Then I can sleep. But that's why I don't really take days off, because it's like, what am I going to do? Might as well work. Might as well make money. Might as well keep it going. So we'll see what happens. So now I'm just going to wear a hoodie, jeans. I just dress comfortable because it's freezing cold out there. See if I can make some money. All right, so it's 9:24. I'm at $43.77. So I changed because it's like freezing cold. I was in like Las Olas. I was doing a few rides. Then I hit Dania Beach. I was gonna do Lauderdale so I could kind of go to the gym, but I didn't even have the stuff with me. I forgot it. And I'm just not gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna do some of Miami, since like I'm not far from Miami. At least I could do it, and it's not far to get back home, because I'm used to always getting pulled down here, and then I'm so far, and it's such a long drive, and then I'll be back up in that way here soon to where that would happen. It's gonna be far, so I'm just gonna work and try to make as much money as possible. Like, I ain't got nothing else to do. It's slow, it's boring, but what am I gonna do? Sit at home? Might as well just drive around. Like, I got gas. I need to make money, so let me see what I can make. Because, you know what? I have a feeling I can make a little bit of money. Might get lucky, because everybody else might be like, you know what, it's slow, it's boring, we're gonna go home. But people still need rides. You got all these wonderful, nice little buildings, but people still gonna go out and drink, or they're gonna go do this or do that. So I'm gonna be there to take them. That's what my job is. That's what I'm here to do. So I'm gonna drive around, try to make me some money, man. I mean, I hate being lazy. Look at all that, it's nice. I don't like lazy. Like, I hate being lazy. I hate feeling like I'm lazy. I don't like lazy people. Drive me nuts because I don't want to be lazy. And then so that's one thing too why I started doing, like, I like Uber so much. It's just, it all depends on me, my work ethic. And I know a lot of times stuff takes away because I have so much extra stuff I have to do when it comes to the content, but I'm literally getting better at it, and all I'm going to do is get better at it. And that's my goal, is just to keep doing it and keep getting better at it. That's it. Getting better at time management, getting better at anything and everything I do. That's all I can do. It's not always easy, but you know what? Life ain't easy, so what's it matter? So I'm going to go look at all these lights. I like this little area, man. It's a nice view. Could be worse, but it's showing like it's like nothing. But that doesn't always mean anything. So I'm going to drive down here. I actually need to turn Lift Black on too. I forgot about that. I'm only doing black, but Lift Black, I guess, can get kind of busy down here. I got to get used to Lyft, because Lyft's navigation is rough. I'll be honest with you. It is rough. So I am on black. So I'm going to go online. But it's rough. Like, I'm just not used to it. I'm so used to Uber that doing Lyft's navigation. So I think these are like people that live on South, not like, you know, like the nice houses, but like most like the normal people, like just the regular people, the most people that run this town, like, you not run it, but like work at all these places, because I doubt they're all Airbnbs. I'm sure they're probably still expensive, but I'm sure these are like most of the people that work at the bars, the restaurants, all these places. I'm assuming now. I'm not 100% positive, but somebody asked me that the other night. I said, you know, probably. No, there is some of those, obviously, like that. That's a little hotel. You got those little boutique hotels, which are really cool, and I'm pretty sure they're super expensive too. But, and I bet those little places probably aren't that big. But I mean, a studio, shoot, that's all you need. I mean, I'm a bachelor, so obviously I don't have no kids or nothing. So yeah, a studio would be great for me. But I'm not really sure. They could be like dorms, because there is like a Jewish school or something like that. I picked up some of the guys from there before. Damn, this bus is like crazy. It's like can't get over. But so that could be part of it, but I don't even know where that is actually. That might be on the other side of the bridge. I think it is over there, Ball Harbor. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, you got all those. Those are apartments. Said Envy or something apartments. So they are apartments. But you know, but I'm pretty sure they cost some money. I mean, I'm not saying they all work at the hotels or something. They could own a business. I don't know. I just assume that they're cheaper than obviously the huge houses that you see on the other parts of the thing. You know, those people either own the hotel, or their family owns it, or they own something, because they got them big houses. They got to own something. And just living there, you know, without owning something. I mean, most of them got like generational wealth or something. I don't know. Or they got a lot of money. They got successful businesses. I don't know. Not everybody comes into money. A lot of people earned it. A lot of people built it with, you know. That's what I try to do. One day I would build some successful businesses. I would do the Rideshare, then do some other stuff. I had advertising. So I'm slowly trying to do it. It takes time, but you know what? I'm going to do it. You just got to set your mind to it, and you just got to do it. And then you got to figure out how to do it. And then if it doesn't work, you got to figure out why it didn't work, and then figure out how you could fix it. And that's the problem I'm running into, is I don't have time to figure out how to do this or that all the time. But I'm getting better at it, so as I get better at it, I'll figure it out. And then they're building, who knows what they're building there. Some huge, I mean, they're building so much stuff down here in Miami, it's crazy. Like, it's just like everywhere you look, they're building something. So much construction. That's probably, besides there's tons of people here and it's season, is probably why there's so much, takes so long to get everywhere. It's because there's so much traffic. But I'm wondering if I'm getting too far. I don't know if I'm on South Beach yet. Yeah, I am kind of, because I don't want to get too far. I can't get any Premier rides. Because somebody had said something like 37th Street South, you don't get Premier. It's all Uber Black. I mean, I'll get Lyft Black, which I don't mind right now. I'll take Lyft Blacks. I'll do them all night. I ain't really dressed really nice, but I'm starting to wonder if, does it really matter? Like, I understand the concept of dressing nice, and I like dressing nice, but sometimes I'm like, does it really, at the end of the day, does it really matter? Maybe to some people, but does it really matter? Like, I'm not saying because I don't want to dress nice. I like dressing nice. I like dressing up. I got nice clothes for a reason, but does it really matter? Look at that place. That place is nice. And you got that boat right there. Yeah, I was gonna rent that boat out, and then I looked at my bank account, and I was like, yeah, I couldn't even afford to put like a quarter of the deposit down, whatever they were asking. So I said, no, I'm good. I'm joking, but yeah, I definitely couldn't afford it. That's my boat right there. See it? It's so small, doesn't even need a dock. It's sitting on the dock. Oh man, there's some nice little boats right there though. I'm so bored, I'm just gonna give you guys a tour of South Beach because I'm not getting any rides. I got nothing else to do, so I'm just bored. Maybe I could do some B-roll or make a new intro or something. I don't really know, to tell you the truth, but I ain't got nothing else to do, and I'm bored, and I ain't got no money to go like do anything, so might as well just sightsee, tourist, because I ain't gonna get no rides at this point where I'm at, because I believe I'm at that little threshold up where they call it Uber Black, and I don't have Uber Black yet. Soon, but not yet. But once I get it though, I don't know if I'm gonna, depends though, I might, if I haven't gone to court yet and I get everything situated, I might do Uber Black while I'm waiting to go to court, which just for the tickets. So just in case you're new here, it's not a serious court case. It's just for that Uber Light. I'm just gonna fight it, but just so you're not thinking like, what do you got to go to court for? Like, listen, it's just the Uber sign. Ain't nothing serious, all right? Ain't nothing serious. But I'm gonna film it though. I ain't gonna film it in the courtroom. Now let me get a good view of this, because I haven't been able to do this because I always had rides. You got all these little shops right here, right? Now this is right here going towards the airport, but you got all them little shops and stuff, right? So you got a nice little view. I'm only at $43. So I barely can pay for the gas, so I'm going over here because it costs like $50 to fill this car up. But look, got all these little shops right here. So they did a pretty good job. Now I want to say this was like this months ago, but I can't tell you for sure. And look at gas price, like $4.49. It's crazy. Gas is expensive over here, but I mean, you gotta have money to be over here. So I guess they don't look at a gas price when they go to fill up that Ferrari or that Lamborghini Urus or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They don't care. If you got that kind of car, you're not worried about a $50 gas bill or whatever it costs. So you definitely ain't worried about it, which you shouldn't be. Got that nice of a car unless you rent it. That's the problem, like drinking waters. It's even worse. I just really got to go on the fast. So I'm gonna try and get you another view of the skyline. I got it in the other video, but it's a little longer, so I'm a little bit closer now. I'm gonna give you guys a good little view, which I'm sure you've seen a million times on TikTok. I'm not really here to do it. It's just because I'm here doing Uber that I just get you guys a good view. I'm not trying to copy a million other people. I can really care less, but I'm just trying to do some Uber. Boom. Got a beautiful skyline. You might can see it, you might not. I don't know. But it's definitely crazy looking. Definitely crazy looking. You got all that right there, but it's definitely crazy looking. But I'm gonna go to Brickell, see if I can make some money. So I listen to a little bit of music, but I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of the skyline. Well, I ain't got nobody in the car. I think I've showed you it before, but it's been like a different spot. But this, I'm going to Brickell. About to get off at exit 1B, I think it is. But that's the skyline. I'm trying to show you guys a little bit of more Miami. You probably see it a million times on TikTok. I don't really care. Got an XL ride. I don't think I can get to him. I ain't worried about that. That's too much trouble. I already know it because it's paying what it was paying for the little short distance. Probably be too much because what it was showing me trying to get to him. I know the traffic over there, so I don't know. I'm gonna do short rides over here. But look at this like cool little bridge. Go up here. This is how you get into Brickell and stuff. So we'll do some Brickell tonight. I mean, I ain't got nothing else to do. I don't want to be like everybody else and let's do that, you know. So I'm bored. I should have stayed in Fort Lauderdale, but you know what? Got a nice little view down there. And then, bam, we're gonna go try to make some money because I do Fort Lauderdale a lot. I'll probably do more of it because it's not as far. But since I live closer right now, might as well work closer. Might as well stay in Miami. I might even go to Coral Gables. We'll see how Brickell is. So I don't know. We'll see what it's like. Which, that could be the case, but I don't really know. I don't really care, to tell you the truth. Even if you could rent it, you're doing better than I can. Because I can't rent it. Look at that Burger King. Probably the nicest Burger King in the state. Or in the nation. Or isn't that Burger King's headquarters? I don't know, to tell you the truth. But now this is the bridge. This is 195. So this goes straight to the airport. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is go to Brickell. Because I'm not getting any rides over here. Now it shows it's busy. But that's Uber, and that is all downtown. So we're going to try it. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but it can't hurt. Miami Airport. We'll see how big it is or how busy it is. Short wait, 131 cars. I'm not going, but there are rides that, there are flights that are going out at like 11 o'clock, but I'm not. I don't think 10 o'clock. They got to be there 2 hours early or hour early. I don't think they're going to, I'm going to snag a ride to the airport. And you know me, I'm not going to the airport waiting a lot. I already did that for you guys. You seen what happened? I'm not going back. I didn't know they had Mount Sinai Hospital over here on South Beach. I bet you them doctors make some money. I bet you they do. Probably make a killing. So tomorrow, guys, we're going to do a tour of Star Island because I got a ride there. I got to pick up, I got an Uber reservation for, I forget who it was. No, I'm joking. Yeah. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? It'd be crazy, but yeah. I would definitely video it. Not the ride, but like video, I'd pull the dash cam footage. Because I have tons of dash cam footage. I save it. You know, I save it in the, on my thing for like a while, but let's get a good look at this skyline. Let me see if I can get it for you. Well, yeah, you get a good look at that. Get a good look at that. Miami skyline. It's bad I can't zoom in there, but that's pretty crazy. Miami looks crazy at nighttime, man. It looks pretty cool at nighttime, but you know, I don't even know what the speed limit right here is. Everybody's always flying by me like I'm going slow, and I'm like, sorry, I'm not trying to like speed. Everybody's in such a rush and they want to honk and do this and do that. I'm like, look, I ain't trying to do all that. You know, we might end up going to Coral Gables or something. I mean, I really ain't got nothing to do. It's 10 o'clock. I really don't care. Like, I'm not even tired. I haven't drank no energy drink. I don't feel like drinking it because I'm going to have to stop a million times to use the restroom. So my bladder cannot hold it. I'm down here in Brickell. I was just driving around blaring some good music. I was just trying to get in a good mood. I just really just don't care because I'm not even getting any ding. I got one ping for a whatchamacallit, but I was just driving down. I mean, how often can you drive down like Brickell and like, you know, I'm only down there for so long, so I was just trying to have fun. This is fun to me because it's all I can do. So, and I'm trying to get a ride at the same time. But you got like all these buildings and stuff. But I ain't really getting anything. I still got $1 surge from since I got here. And then you got the Waymo over there with the thing. You see a lot of those in this area, which has got to be crazy. And it's weird is they got the little robots that have like hearts on them. Like, do they deliver flowers or something? They would deliver candy. Like, what's the difference between them and the green ones? Is it a different company? I mean, it's probably a different company, but like, what is it they deliver? Why you got hearts on it? Is that the only way you could distinguish them from the green ones? I'd figure it's like DoorDash or Uber Eats, probably one of them. I don't know, maybe both of them. But I'm kind of just driving in circles. I was just having fun for a minute, listening to a couple good songs. That was it. I have a little bit of fun sometimes. I can't be, so aggravated. And look at the gym that they got in those apartments. They're probably like a lot of money. Way more money than I can afford. But ain't nothing wrong with that. It's cool. Nice little places. But see, this is the question, right? If you had the money, would you live down here? Like, would you live down here and spend the money if you had it, or would you go somewhere else? Like, I like cities stuff. Like, I'm not like a country person. Like, if I had money, I'm not going to go buy a ranch and, I want 25 acres now. I don't really want to do with all that. It's too much. I like to be around people, but at the same time, it's not necessarily be around people. It's more just have options of stuff to do. And then that doesn't even mean I'm going to, use those options. But it's just, I like the city stuff. I am kind of tired of the beach though, because I don't ever go. I don't have time to go. I wish I had time to go. I'd enjoy the beach. I love the beach. I've lived by the beach. Everybody should live by the beach once in your life for like at least 6 months. Same way everybody should work in a restaurant for 6 months in their life. I almost think nowadays everybody should work for Uber or drive for Uber for at least a month. You don't have to do 6 months, but at least do a month. See how it is, especially if you use it a lot. So now there's a surge again, but that's Uber. So that goes to show you, Brickell, how many people use Uber XL. So I got to drive all the way over there to pick them up that's the cruise. That is the cruise ship. I'm not going to do it because that's the cruise terminal. I don't know if I have space, because that's the only spot I really was worried about, and that was a match anyways. But I was really worried about was the fact that doing a cruise ship, because you got to think planes, people don't carry that much luggage. I ain't gonna lie, I had a couple, they had like 5 things of luggage. They were going to the Philippines. He was a doctor, a urologist. I guess his wife's from there, but they had tons of luggage. But there was only 2 people, so it wasn't a big deal. But a cruise ship, if you got 4 or 5 people, so now it wants to send it back to me for less money. You crazy? I'm not taking that. There must be a cruise coming. There cannot be a cruise getting off at 10 o'clock at night. Or could it? Like, I don't know. I've never worked the cruises, except for I dropped those people off the other day. But I figure a cruise would come back earlier than 10 o'clock. And there's no way you're getting off a ship at 10:30 at night. I mean, I don't know, because there's a lot of ports there. I'm going straight. I don't even know if I'm going the right direction. Ooh, I'm getting back on 95. Dang it. Should have went that way. Oh, well. Bye-bye, Brickell. No, I'll get off at the next exit. Dang. I totally messed that up. See? I don't know where I'm going. Oh, right. Maybe I can go left. I'm going left. See all those nice little places. Like, Brickell's a good... Like, wouldn't mind, like, working some more days down here. I thought about maybe coming down here during the day, but... The only problem is it's really confusing. Well, it's because I don't know it, but 2 is like, maybe during the day it'd be busier. It might be because it's cold. Like the guy and the girl that I just dropped off, she was complaining about the cold. I mean, it's cold for Miami, so these people aren't really used to it. I'm used to it, like in Jacksonville. I like it in a sense because it's different. I'm tired of sweating. Like, you got a jacket on, it feels good. It's like comfortable. Should have bought a little bit nicer of a jacket, but I have a nicer jacket. I just didn't want to pay a lot more money for a nicer jacket, because you got to go to the outlet to get it, because otherwise you're paying $200, $300, $400. I ain't paying that kind of money. I ain't got it. Look at the robot. See, that's the one. I don't know if you've seen it or not. See the one over there? See him right there? He's like stuck. It says Coco. I don't know what they deliver, if it's something different or not. But what they're doing. Then they got the little guys with the scooters that have the deliver the food. But right now, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going. I'm just driving around Brickell trying to get a ride. So, gave him that ride. Like some real nice residences from some restaurant. It's a little different doing down here. Trying to figure out how to get into places. It's really complicated. I thought South Beach was complicated. Brickell's a little bit more complicated, but it's crazy though. Like, you'll get these people that got a lot of money. They'll just order XL because they know with XL down here that most likely they'll probably get a black vehicle, a premier vehicle, because and then they save money. It goes to show, like, people with money don't always spend money. They kind of save money, but they do spend it certain ways, but other ways they don't. But I mean, hey, I don't blame them. There is workarounds to get nice stuff without having to pay for it, So, trying to just drive around and get some more rides. See a lot of Suburbans and stuff. So they probably got a lot of private clients. A lot of these people like to deal with the same people. Probably costs. I wonder if it. I got to do the research, see if it costs. Like, once I do Uber Black, like doing it right now, I don't have to worry about it, especially with Premier. But when I do Uber Black, if I come down here and do Uber Black, there might be spots that I can't work without having a permit. The airport, I can't do Uber Black pickups. The port, I can't do Uber Black pickups. You got to pay for it. So, like, a lot of people think, okay, and that's why I'm trying to document all of it, show you guys, like, I know I ramble a lot and I blah blah a lot. People probably make fun of me or think I'm stupid or whatever. Sometimes, I don't know, but I do try to give a lot of information. I just do ramble sometimes because I get bored. But I really want to try to show people, like, this is what I had to do. I just kind of, honestly, in between showing you guys how stuff is, I just kind of talk about how I'm feeling at the time. And, I guess I just different than everybody else. I'm so used to this camera, I don't realize I'm doing it. But that's why I want to show you, like, if you want to do Uber Black, now your area might be different. There's going to be different. You might not have a port, but you're going to have an airport. You might not. I don't know if these residencies, these resorts, these hotels, whatever you want to call them on South Beach, I don't think they each require a permit. I think, like, South Beach, you're good, but I do think, like, the port, you definitely got to pay like $300. Like Fort Lauderdale and Miami says $600. So you got the, like, there's a lot of money that goes into it, but you guys, if you do enough business, you can make it back because it's good for a year. But for me, it's different because I'm traveling. Like, I'm not, But I do think, remember earlier when I was talking about, doesn't matter what you wear. When you're down in this area like this, like the business district, you're dealing with some of these people, it does kind of matter. I think it's more like Premier, doesn't really matter. But I think it's more like I think it also depends more too, like, what time you're working. Like, if you're working a Friday night and people are all dressed up, they're going out to clubs or bars, whatever. Yeah, you might want to look professional because when you get out the car, they want to look, they want that status look. So you definitely do kind of want to look good. I kind of did it as a joke, like, does it matter? Because sometimes I do wonder, like, does it really matter what you wear? But when I come down here and I see some of these people and the way they are, they might not necessarily care in a sense, but they do care because it makes them look better if you dress better. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. But at least that's what I take from it. I didn't want to make it look like, oh, I don't like dressing up. I don't want to dress. No, I don't mind. I'll wear a suit. I like it. It's not cheap. I can get one for a good price, so I go to the outlet. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at Ventura Mall where I got this thing. But yeah. See all that city center. We work Brickell City Center. Well, I'm still at $52. Still ain't making no money. I should have stayed in Fort Lauderdale. I would have probably made a lot more money in Fort Lauderdale. I ain't really making nothing. Saks Fifth Avenue. Yeah, I ain't really making no money, ain't no rides. Almost just driving in circles, doing nothing. That one XL ride was from the port. I was kind of worried about it, and it came back less money because it was a match, so that means it wouldn't have gave it to me, and it gave it to me for less money. But that would only put me up to like $60, so I still would have been much more than what I'm at now. So I don't know what to do really. I'm not really tired or bored or anything. I'm just not sure what to do, or if I'm going to get any more rides, if I'm wasting my time, if I'm wasting my gas, miles, what am I doing? So I'm at like $52. Like, I'm not making anything. Sucks, but it's Tuesday. It's slow. Like, I really should have stayed in Fort Lauderdale. Would have made a lot more money. That's why I actually went to Fort Lauderdale, because I was like, you know what, probably be busier as tourists. Miami can be kind of iffy because you got to deal with Uber Black, and you know what I did. I don't even think I got any Premier. I got like a couple Premier rides. They were in Fort Lauderdale. Like tomorrow, I think I'm gonna go to Fort Lauderdale and work. It's just probably better off. Nicer people. Like when you work Brickell, like I gotta get used to it, because when you're doing Uber Black, you gotta kind of deal with it. It's just like a different type of people, man. Like, we got an XL ride from the hospital. I'm not doing that, because who knows what the hell that is. For the hospital, yeah, I'm good. It could be a doctor or something, but most likely it's like something. I don't want it. Not for $6. I'm good. I'll get a little bit farther up. If I get something good, I'll grab it, but nah, I don't want to be $6 from the hospital, because if it's Premier is different, but XL, it's not much different than Comfort, in the way you just never kind of, not from the hospital. I picked up the lady from the hospital that Premier ride. That was like one of the best Premier rides I had. Like $150. She was really nice. She had gotten a car wreck. I felt bad for her, man, because it's not fun getting in a car wreck. She was out there in Stewart too. Took her down to Boca. She was like, man, the guy walked away from it. I'm like, that don't mean nothing. Walk away from it don't mean you ain't gonna be feeling it tomorrow. I was like, but I told her, I said, you're gonna be feeling it tomorrow. If you're in that much pain right now, yeah, you're gonna be hurt tomorrow. You're gonna be hurting for the next few days. Because, you know, you get that car wreck, you don't really feel it that first. Like, you might not really feel bad right then, but a couple days later, that's when you really start to feel it. And then if you do feel bad, then you're going to really feel it in a couple days. Because it takes, your body gets really beat up, you don't realize it. But a lot of people think, oh, just because you walked away from it, oh, you're good, you're luckily. I mean, yeah, you're probably lucky you didn't die or something, but, you know, still don't mean you're okay. Trust me. But, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. How I get a Premier ride. I'm not taking it, though. Because I'm literally at the house, or at the place I'm staying at. If it would have been like $20 or $30, I probably would have done it, but there's no reason for $8.99 when I'm literally right here. I'm just gonna go to bed and get up early and work, and I'll make $8.99 when I wake up. Because sometimes those nice places, even though they're cheap rides, a lot of those people don't always tip. So it's not like, oh, $8.99, they might give me a $20 tip or some crazy tip, you know. I mean, I'm not saying they wouldn't, they never know. But sometimes not all the time, they don't really do it. So it's really gonna probably be like $8.99. And I'm pulling in, so I would have really went straight, take a left like a mile, then I had to go up 2 miles. So it would have took me 30 minutes to get back here for $8.99. Not really worth it after all that time I drove for nothing. But whatever. So it's the end of the night. See you tomorrow. So get out, make sure it's clean.